guys, so now I am finally able to have the time to sit down, talk about the Nintendo Direct that Nintendo recently released a couple weeks ago. And because most of the information is already out there, it's not going to be mostly like a recap. Basically just my favorite things and the things I want to talk about and give thoughts on that I have opinions about, because I just need to vent and talk, because that's what I have a video camera and a YouTube channel and the internet for. Also, before I forget, I do have a video that I posted on my channel, my latest one. I actually did a video with Black Nerd Comedy, Andre Meadows, at Midwest Media Expo. I love that guy. I love that black nerd. I know you do too. So if you want to see us talk about some Amiibo things and basically we just vlogged for like 10 minutes talking about Amiibo. So if you want to check that out after this video, the link to that will be in the description. So the first thing I actually do want to talk about in this video is Amiibo again, because it was one of the big things in the Nintendo Direct. So I remember watching the announcements about the Amiibo in the Nintendo Direct, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? Nintendo's finally gonna have the Amiibo situation figured out. And the very next day, all hell broke loose, and no one, oh my god, I can't even understand and explain. I just have no, I have no words, really. I just remember one of my friends that I met Amiibo hunting back a few months ago, he called me up and just talked to me for 15 minutes and ranted about how he stood in line for the NES Amiibo and he wasn't able to get it. And I just remember he was just so frustrated, and I can completely understand that him and a lot of people are very upset about the whole Amiibo situation. And we can't directly blame Nintendo. Partially, I can see that they are to blame, but it's also the retailers, because they're the ones who order the stock as well, and they have been releasing the Amiibo at the worst times for pre-orders. Like, the only reason I was able to get, so far I have, from the Nintendo Direct, they announced that Charizard, Wario, Ness, Pac-Man, Robin, Lucina, Jigglypuff, and Greninja were going to be available in May 29th, generally. The only ones I were able to pre-order so far has been Ness, Charizard, Pac-Man, and the Splatoon trio. Those were Amiibo that were announced, as well as in addition to the Yoshi Amiibo as well. And the only reason I was able to get them is because I knew a time to actually go to the store or wait at the computer. I actually had Chris go to the store for me at GameStop because I had work when they became available. It was 2 p.m. Central Standard Time that became available, so it was 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me. And he waited for me like 2 hours at the GameStop location before he was able to finally pre-order them. And when he could, he was like 4th in line. He was only able to get Ness, Pac-Man, and Charizard for me. Then I went back and got the Splatoon set. Whenever Jigglypuff Amiibo pre-orders went up, I was at work. And I was watching from my phone, just distraught over the fact I couldn't get my Jigglypuff Amiibo pre-ordered because I was working. And there was really no announcements about it. They didn't say, oh, we're going to release them for pre-order at this time. And I could see why they didn't, because they were afraid of crashing the website, like GameStop servers were crashed. But if people have no idea when they were released and they're busy when they're suddenly released, you know, people are going to be upset about that. And I just don't know why this situation is so bad and why the pre-orders are as bad as it is now. Best Buy, I think their pre-orders went up and have already sold out. Yeah, Walmart and Toys R Us being at 3, 4 in the morning for me, definitely not a good thing. I know Toys R Us is going to have Greninja pre-orders April 27th in store. I know some Toys R Us have released them already, so if you were lucky enough to get them, then kudos to you, and I feel bad for all the people who go after at the time when they are supposed to be released and they're not able to pre-order, because Toys R Us is going to be definitely in a lot of people complain about that when that happens, but so far, I'm going to be getting it, at least I plan on lining up the 27th. And then when they Amiibo release on May 29th, the ones I don't have pre-ordered, I plan to pick them up mostly at Target because I'm lining up for Jigglypuff. And I also have to pick up Robin and Lucina. So yeah, the whole Amiibo thing, it seemed like it was going to be good for Wave 4 during the Direct, and then the day after, everything fell apart when it came to the retailers releasing their pre-orders. So that's the whole Amiibo situation in 2 sentences. Mewtwo DLC for Smash Brothers is now available if you are a Club Nintendo member. I did get my download code for my Wii U version and my 3DS version. If you have not registered, both of them, and you have to pay for them. They'll be available at the end of the month. April 28th, it's going to be $3.99 for each version alone. So if you have just one of the versions, that's how you'll be able to obtain that. But if you now have both versions and, you know, at the time you didn't have both of them to register on Club Nintendo, it'll be $4.99 for both the Wii U and 3DS version together as one set. And that definitely seems like the better deal. So maybe if you have a friend that has the opposite version of you, and you don't want to just like waste a code, and maybe you want to get it because it's cheaper to get both like that and give it to a friend or something, you know, definitely go that route. Help out your fellow friends in Smash Brothers to play as Mewtwo, because you know how much we've all been waiting for Mewtwo. We finally can start downloading N64 games and Nintendo DS games as Virtual Console on the Wii U, and I was really surprised that it took this long. But I do have Super Mario 64 downloaded. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going and picking up the DS games, basically because, I mean, I have mostly all the DS games, and it seems more relevant for me to get the Virtual Console games for the 64 for, like, you know, Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, because, you know, cartridge-wise, it'll look better on the Wii U version if I don't feel like getting out my N64 to play it. And I was about to say, I was like really surprised that the Donkey Kong 64 is available because of the fact of that being a Rare title. So it's nice to see that it looks like that, you know, Nintendo and Rare can like work out their copyright issues and that to be able to bring us that game. And I remember it was kind of funny, like, you know how Super Smash Brothers opened up the fact that, hey, you want to vote for your next favorite character to be in Smash as DLC? Well, here's the form to go do it. And I remember seeing Phil Spencer tweet out, hey, I'd love to see Banjo Kazooie be in Smash Brothers as a playable character. If that, you know, like someone tweeted him, hey, I'd like to see Banjo Kazooie, and he's like responded, oh yeah, I'd love to see him too. We've worked with Nintendo over copyright issues, no problem. So, you know, I'm generally quoting that, not exact quotes, but maybe it's just me because I grew up with the N64 and I wasn't into gaming then as I was now. Basically, I just had the N64 because my parents bought it because it was the big thing, and bought, you know, they got us, me and my brother, games, and Banjo Kazooie was one of the ones I played all the time. And so I just feel like Banjo Kazooie belongs on the Nintendo console, and even though it's with Rare now over at Microsoft, it's just, it's not like a bias. I'm like not hating on Rare or Microsoft for having Banjo and Kazooie, but it's just how I feel. Like, it always feels like Nintendo is their home. So I would definitely love to see Banjo and Kazooie as a fighter. That would be just like childhood dreams just come true. One of the big things from the Nintendo Direct that really got me hyped and excited was finally seeing the Atlas Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem crossover. Like, I didn't know I was watching that until like later on when it was like, we apologize for taking so long, but this is the Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover. And when I was watching that trailer, I was like, oh my god, I love this, I love this, I love this, because I kind of am an anime loving person, and that kind of art style. With games, I'm kind of getting into that more. So I was like, oh my god, I love this, what is this? And then it was like, this is the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover from Atlas that we haven't talked about in 2 years. And I was just like, yes! Now, I want to talk about the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer game, because I feel like, you know, they talked about we're bringing the best of the Animal Crossing, where you just get to design a home and you just create homes, and that's like part of the game, and do designs for your neighbors and stuff. Like, that's one of the big things that, you know, a lot of people like me loves being able to do in Animal Crossing. However, they announced the Animal Crossing Amiibo cards are coming out, and I'm just like, no, I don't, again, I'm about to talk about Amiibo for a little bit, but I just feel like the Amiibo cards aren't going to be as big as a hit. I mean, I could see people who just want it for the DLC, which I do have the Amiibo for the DLC, as you can see over here, like all my Amiibo, the gold Mario Amiibo, you know, everything unboxed, because I plan on using them for the game. I have used them for the games that they are available for, like in Hyrule Warriors. I've been using them a lot for like the little bonuses and the weapons. But for me, I am a big fan of the fact that they are figures to collect. So depending on what the price point of the Amiibo cards are, I may buy them for the characters I don't have them available for, or if they're only available as the cards. But I mean, personally for me, I'd rather see Animal Crossing characters, like those Amiibo related DLC things, I'd rather see them as Amiibo figures, not cards. That's just me, but I mean, if you have different thoughts about anything I talk about, you know, as always, leave your comments down below and we can discuss them. And last but not least, holy crap, Mario Kart 8 DLC. Holy crap. Holy crap. 200cc. I don't know about you, but I just know now that all Mario Kart party games nights with people is gonna be mad. They legit, people are going to be very angry during that game. I know. Right around the corner is Mario Kart 8 DLC releasing on the 23rd, and a free update coming on the 23rd as well. So if you pre-ordered the DLC, which I have, Pack 2 is going to be coming out, the Animal Crossing one that also has Dry Bones, Bowser as a character, and the Animal Crossing characters and the tracks there. I'm very excited about them. There's a lot of previews that are out now you can go look at. I kind of really haven't looked at them. I'm kind of just waiting to get the DLC pack. But the announcement of the 200cc class, I'm very excited for that. I really am, because I'd say I've gotten pretty good at 150cc. I haven't played it in a little bit, but I mean, I'm not doing any bragging or anything. I just can't. I love to play Mario Kart. I love doing the drifting and like always trying to beat my high scores and everything. But now with 200cc to play that with my friends and like any local online multiplayer, it's gonna be a mess, and not like in a bad way, not an Amiibo mess, but like it's just gonna be a lot of fun to watch people getting used to 200cc and playing it and going so fast and crashing. And I don't know, I'm just really excited about it. I can't wait. If you'd like me to start streaming on Twitch, definitely I would love to start streaming Mario Kart 8 200cc class racing. I'll try to do that, work that into my schedule, because I'm definitely looking forward to this update. And yeah, those are all my favorite things that were talked about in the Nintendo Direct. As always, leave your thoughts and comments down below. Did you agree with me on anything? Disagree? What were your favorite parts and what were you not so excited about? Leave them all in the comments down below. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button down below. It'll let you know when I upload new videos, and also check out the description for my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Whenever I talk about games, make random thoughts, pick up things to add to my collection. And speaking of my collection, I think probably you guys have noticed I've rearranged. I'm looking at the camera now. You can definitely see my room has been rearranged a little bit. I've got my Amiibo here. If I move to the side, I got my like Nintendo shelf like right along there. More manga, anime, video game controller stuff, TV, Sailor Moon, and basically everything is kind of moved around. I'll try to do one last collection room tour before I do a move. I am going to be moving most likely this summer, so I will put that up if you would like. There's nothing left for me to say now except thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye!